What if I told you that Germany, the economic giant of Europe, just had 4 years of zero growth? That its legendary Mittelstand companies, those small world-class manufacturers that once powered the economy, are quietly collapsing, and that the export model it built its economy on may no longer work. This isn't just a temporary slowdown. Factories are closing. Customers are now competitors. And icons like Volkswagen and Continental are considering shutting down production at home. But there is still hope, because Germany might still have what it takes to turn things around. Its companies are well capitalized. Its global brand, made in Germany, still commands respect. Its engineering talent remains world-class. And if the Mittelstand can evolve, if industry can move up the value chain, if the government delivers on promised infrastructure spending and tax cuts, Germany could reinvent itself. But there is a lot of work to be done. The trouble runs deep. Germany's famous Mittelstand companies, its small and mid-sized family-run manufacturers, have long been the quiet force behind its industrial success. But soaring energy costs, supply chain chaos, and the shift to electric vehicles are turning their strengths into weaknesses. These firms, built on generations of mechanical expertise, gearboxes, fuel systems, transmissions, now face obsolescence. Electric vehicles need fewer moving parts, and Chinese rivals are flooding global markets with cheaper, tech-savvy models. The transition is brutal. ZF Friedrichshafen, a major supplier, is cutting 14,000 jobs. Consultants say they've never seen so many companies in distress, and some are so busy they are having to turn desperate clients away. Underlying it all is Germany's heavy dependence on manufacturing. Nearly 50% more Germans work in industry than in its peer group. That once gave it an edge. Now, in a world pivoting to services, automation, and software, it looks like a vulnerability. Adding to the pain is weak domestic demand. German consumers are anxious. Despite low unemployment and healthy company profits, people are saving more and spending less. The household savings rate has shot above 11%, nearly double that of the US. Real wages have stagnated. Inflationary shocks and political uncertainty have left consumers cautious, and Germany's underdeveloped service sector offers few alternatives to export-led growth. Energy is another major fault line. Germany's decision to phase out nuclear power and depend on cheap Russian gas seemed smart at the time. But after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, that strategy unraveled. Gas prices spiked, and although they've since eased, energy-intensive industries, especially chemicals, have been hit hard. Then there's China. Once a valued market for German goods, it's now a fierce rival. Chinese firms no longer just buy German machines, they build their own. Once lured by German premium marques, Chinese consumers are now buying stylish, domestically made EVs instead. Germany's exports to China have shrunk from 8.8% of the total in 2018 to 5% in 2024, and German car production is over 30% below its peak. The impact of this on the wider auto ecosystem, suppliers, engineers, logistics firms, is immense, and means that what was once the pride of the nation is now fighting for survival. At the same time, political uncertainty is rising. Olaf Scholz's coalition collapsed in late 2024. In early 2025, Friedrich Merz of the Christian Democrats became chancellor after a messy two-round parliamentary vote, a first in post-war Germany. His fragile majority reveals deep national divisions. Merz promises reform. His Agenda 2030 pledges €1 trillion in infrastructure and defence spending, tax cuts, deregulation, and a looser debt brake. A €500 billion modernisation fund has been launched, but businesses remain wary. They point to high taxes, high labour costs, slow bureaucracy, and ageing infrastructure. Trains don't run on time, broadband is slow, and Germany, once admired for efficiency, now lags in connectivity. To make matters worse, geopolitical tensions are back. Donald Trump's return to the White House has reignited transatlantic trade frictions. New US tariffs could hit Germany especially hard, costing up to 1.2% of GDP, and it will be worse if they target autos and machinery. That said, some positives remain. Unemployment remains low. Germany's companies are well capitalized, and the Bundesbank's president insists this is not decline, just difficult transition. But the model that drove Germany's success, cheap energy, open trade, and unmatched engineering, is no longer working. So where does Germany go from here? Well, it must pivot. That doesn't mean abandoning industry, but it must evolve. In a high-cost, high-tech world, Germany must move up the value chain. Instead of exporting machines, it must export expertise. Instead of building everything at home, it can lead in design, systems integration, and global project management, just as the US does in tech and aerospace. The Made in Germany label still commands global respect. Even if some of the manufacturing process shifts abroad, German quality remains a powerful brand. It allows companies to charge a premium, and it's one of the country's most underused assets. Germany can leverage that brand to lead in automation, green tech, and complex engineering systems. Its workforce can train international teams, oversee AI-driven factories, and lead cross-border innovation. The goal isn't to make everything, but to choreograph everything. Of course, this transformation won't be easy. It will require investment and significant upheaval. Germany must boost domestic demand, support services, fix its infrastructure, and tackle its skilled worker shortage. Even then, it won't be easy. Rising energy costs, tougher Chinese competition, and shifting global trade dynamics have made Germany's export-driven model less effective. But its brand, talent, and institutional strength are still formidable. That means Germany will need to reinvent itself. But turning a world-class reputation into a global revenue stream must be said to be, as far as problems go, a good one to have. A link to the next video should be on your screens now. Just click it to keep watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching.